Again, there it is. Very secretive from both camps. Understandable. Such an important game. Only one day away until Origin 2. You mentioned it there with Brandy, and you two kind of went toe-to-toe there. It was a bit of a disagreement. What's your thoughts on Freddie?
I'll ask Dave. Dave, you've watched Freddie from close vision over the years that he's been the Origin coach. Can you see a distinct difference in the way that he's approached it this year? Can you see if the pressure's getting to him?
There's definitely been a shift in the Freddie of old to the current Freddie Fittler, and it's a very much more serious Brad Fittler. And there's no doubt in the world that the pressure of trying to win this State of Origin series after losing last year's series is a factor in that. There's no denying that. But to what Greg said, the fact that it would happen to every coach.
It would.
Right? That's part of it.
And if he was flipping, if he's sitting there going, yeah, well, it's about that, we'd go, God, it's a bit blasé, that. You know what I mean? So you can't win as an Origin coach.
Even the question about the wingers, mate. Like, honestly,
well,
if the journos are sitting there and they've watched it and they've seen it unfold, is it that big a deal to keep it a secret? Is it really?
But that I don't understand, because when you run out, Braith, you've been in that situation, when you run out, at the end of the day, you don't care. It's a blue jersey or it's a maroon jersey, and you've got to do your job. You know, unless it's a plan or Tommy or whatever, like, unless it's really big, you know, you just go there and do your job.
I get both sides here. I understand your point, but I also think it is such a big game. It could be his last, right? You've got to batten down the hatches. There's got to be a siege mentality here, and you can see that. You can see that in Brandy. You can see that in Freddie. You can see it in the players. They don't want to give anything away. They want to go into this game. They want to try and ambush Queensland. They've got to put their best performance in, almost in Origin history, to come up with a win at Suncorp Stadium, and they've just gone, you know what? Let's just change. We're going to change direction here. We're not drinking. We're going in hard. We're giving it our all, and we're going to just try and win this game for our state. And you know what? He may have gone against things that he's said and done in the past, but for good reason. Maybe he needed change, and maybe he's realised he's had to. He's just had to approach it differently.
If Wayne Bennett did it, we'd say it's a masterstroke.
Well, it depends on the result.
But you know what? That's Wayne's personality. That's what I'm getting at here. This is not the Freddie we have known over the years. This is a different man. And what you say makes perfect sense. Like, it's his make or break moment as an Origin coach. Like, he had a good start in the last, if they go down this year, what is it, 3 of the last 4 series? And if they lose this game, it's hard to see how he survives.
Well, it's a big game for a lot of reasons. He could lose his job or be one of the best performances ever from a coach. This is why tomorrow night is huge. James Tedesco copped his share of criticism following the loss in Adelaide, but the Blues skipper says he's mentally and physically ready to play his best football at Suncorp.
That's all I can do. All I can do is play good footy. That's part of the game. If you don't play well, then you cop some criticism. So it's on me to really get clear on my job tomorrow night and lead the team as the captain. But playing my best footy, I know I can. I know that started all last week in my preparation for the game, physically and mentally, making sure I'm ready to play my best game, and I feel like I've done that.
Yeah, what I love about James Tedesco is his raw honesty. He said it after that game 1 and into that game for the Roosters when he was outstanding, that he knows he underperformed in game 1. He knows he wasn't at his best. I'll ask you, Gordy, if he doesn't play his best tomorrow night, do New South Wales lose?
He's got to play good for them to win. There's no doubt your leader has to lead. The reason why he's the leader, the reason why arguably a couple of years ago he was the best player and everybody was talking about him maybe, knocking on Billy Slater's door to, getting the argument, he's got to be close to his best. He's got to play the Teddy of old. He's got to be everywhere.
I think the combination of Mitchell Moses and James Tedesco, that's why I wanted to ask Brandy about the communication of Mitchell Moses, because when they've got a brand new spine that have to go and save the series, to Braith's point, in history-making fashion. No team's done this. Lost game 1, gone to Brisbane, saved the series and gone on to win it.
Well, it's so dangerous, right? Because Penrith play their style, but Moses can get Teddy playing back like a fullback again.
You know what the key is? This is what I believe. They've got to play on the ball on the advantage line. They've got to take Isaiah Yeo out a little bit more, not have him touch the ball so many times. Start with Cam Murray, get that quick leg speed, that quick play of the ball, Cook running a dummy half. Then you got Moses Luai, brings Tedesco both back on the inside, outside, play on the advantage line. play at speed,
So you were
play
saying
direct.
Play Isaiah Yeo off the bench?
I know. Well, I mean, I wouldn't do that as such. I think, that's definitely an option. I don't think they're going to do that, Cruz. But I think he's got to have less touches and they've got to get the ball into the key playmakers' hands quicker at the advantage line and play completely different than what they did in game one and just be all over Queensland. That's how I think they've just got to play it.
But one of the key factors there, Braith, is that Cam Murray has been under an injury cloud for the past week and his training loads have been limited to a degree. So you want him to play
I don't
that...
think that matters.
Well, surely.
It's Cam Murray. He's the fittest guy on the comp.
Well, he's... OK.
I'm not concerned about that.
This is the biggest...
Are you concerned
The
about
medical
that?
staff would have said that he's going to get through 80 minutes because that's the only reason you're going to Origin, if you're prepared to play.
All
80
I
minutes.
hear about State of Origin is it's the fastest, fiercest form of rugby league on the planet.
All of the above.
Right? And lungs are burning within 5 to 10 minutes. Cam has had a limited training program. Liam Martin trains for the first time tomorrow, has a little bit of a gallop in the morning due to head knocks. For me, that speed of the way that Braith wants the Blues to play is a little bit concerning when two key forwards have hardly trained.
So. I get your point, but I think they're the two most reliable Blues players we've had in a long
Would
time.
you anticipate that Cam would start on an edge, though, and move into the centre, or are you saying
Possibly,
play him in the centre to start with?
I don't think it matters. You just got to have him out there. Either him or Liam need to start, or even both. You have to have one of those two starting the game, in my opinion. What do you think, Gordon?
Both. I think Liam Martin has turned into a real Origin player. I think we called him a grub a few years ago and he loved to take it as well. If I want to be a grub, well, that's me, mate. And he's prepared to go get under Queensland's skin. He plays every moment. The try he scores, he does everything perfectly.